It is interesting to note that half of the world population believes in reincarnation. That is, whether it is a Hindu, a Jain, a Buddhist, or a Taoist. But the other half of the population mostly does not believe in reincarnation theory. That simply means once we die, we are snuffed out. However, those four religious beliefs make up half of the world population. Also, the theory of reincarnation has been supported by many scientific studies. The most accepted study by the world community is that of late Stevenson, a professor of Northampton University, Virginia. What happens after we die? The question is still unanswered, isn't it? Let me try to answer this complex question using my little knowledge. Suppose our body is a loan that we get from Mother Earth and pay her back after we die. Interestingly, with no interest. The food that we eat, say banana or piece of bread, some part of it gets absorbed in our body, and the unused part gets excreted through our body. The inner engineering mechanism carries out the entire process. This implies whatever food or water we take in is from Mother Earth. We all admit that the human body essentially is made of 5 fundamental elements, and it consists of 2 entities, a physical body from those elements and the inner intelligence, called soul from Brahman. However, the source of these 2 entities is the same, the cosmic consciousness, a creation of pure awareness, or Para-Brahman. At this, let me stress that duality of matter and energy emerged out of cosmic consciousness. In fact, they are the same entity as per highly celebrated Einstein's theory of relativity. So coming to the nature of life form, life is like a combination of hardware and software in which the body is hardware and the soul is software. The essence of life here I am referring to is consciousness. The consciousness consists of genetic and epigenetic information, evolutionary memories, as well as super intelligent information called Atman. The former 2 memories go with the dead body, and the soul goes out of the body in the form of bioenergy or a wave of certain frequency, Atman. Talking about the aspects of the essence of life, one aspect of life is the soul, the energy aspect, and the other one is embedded in a dead body as genetic information in the DNA, the material aspect of life. The soul aspect is the energy which is never destroyed. It carries the essence of life and karmic memory with it. The karmic information envelopes the soul like an electron cloud around the nucleus in an atom, and it passes from one life form to another life form, whether it may be the life form of animals or plants. The essence of life that gets released from the body goes as the soul and looks for new shelter where it can sustain at least 48 hours after its previous shelter, that is, the deceased body. If somehow it misses finding a new shelter within 48 hours of the person's death, it is bound to travel as a wave or energy in the free space often referred to as the astral world. The quest of Atman continues until it finds a new shelter or attains liberation from the cycles of birth and death and gets dissolved in the vast ocean of cosmic consciousness. This is all about the state of the soul. But the karmic information, on the other hand, a person has accumulated in this life and his or her previous lives is also carried along with the soul. In that sense, the soul acts like a carrier wave, and karmic information is modulated by this carrier wave into the astral dimension, a platform between new life and previous life. A person in his lifetime accumulates karma, whether it be bad karma or good karma. If someone accumulates good karma from this life and from many of their previous lives, it is very likely that they are liberated from the sufferings of birth and death. This means the karmic cloud no longer envelops the Atman of a person, and then the pure Atman gets dissolved in the cosmic consciousness, often referred to as Shiva or Brahman or whatever name you prefer. Shiva himself is the main form of consciousness. His divine power of consciousness guides, creates, balances, and destroys. Like Atman, which is generated from his own consciousness to the entire world, we humans are one of the souls of Shiva. In that process, Atman is a form of small energy, which is not destroyed by fire, water, or other means, but can transfer from one phase to another by traveling through space and time. In that process, some of Atman reincarnates. This reincarnation philosophy is strongly believed in Buddhism. Buddhism means source of pure energy, which actually forms in dual nature. In physics, matter has dual nature, wave and particle. In a similar manner, Atman itself dual form which travel in space and time. Atman always connect to eternal source of energy, pure form of energy. Your source which always guide into the karmic world. In a karmic world, life has presence in physical form of matter. However, a person who has accumulated bad karma in this life and many of his or her previous lives is bound to go through sufferings of births and deaths. It is also possible that a person can burn his bad karma in any of his or her life by performing good karma in any lives. There's every probability that he or she may get liberation from the sufferings and get connected to Brahman. It all depends on how good karma is in one's life, and therefore it is likely that bad karma may be burned. As I discussed earlier, consciousness has two forms, either in matter form or in energy form. The fundamental 5 elements of nature, like earth, water, fire, air, and space, are the manifestation of the same source. That is the reason why Hindus personify anything to God, whether it is a fire, space, mountain, river, ocean, trees, grass, and even a rock. This is similar to Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, etc. Their thinking is that the divine is embedded in them. That is why they pay respect to anything with Namaste posture. Namaste has deeper meaning. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. In Hindu culture or in Buddhist culture, the gesture of wish is the same. Namaste when two persons see each other. People who have no knowledge of the reality of creation think that Hindus are lousy fools. Does this sort of behavior of Hindus look foolish or funny, knowing that the whole reality, divine, is manifested either in matter form or energy form? In summary, the pitch of this present text is that bad karma or good karma keeps on accumulating in the new life when it passes from one life form to another. Taking into consideration of the scientific search of Professor Stevenson, the belief of major population of the world, and our own thinking, though speculative, it definitely suggests that life reincarnates. Taking this idea into perspective, here I would like to emphasize that the genetic and evolutionary information do not pass from one life to another, but soul and karmic information pass from one life to another. But the essence of life of a person who brought his good karma gets connected to cosmic consciousness called Brahman or Shiva. In other words, it merges into infinity or nothingness, while the other one, because of his douche karma, keeps on revolving through cycles of several lives and deaths till the end of merger of everything into Shiva.